One of the first things people want to know when they visit or move to the Queen City is why is it called the Queen City? The answer to that question is at the corner of 5th and College in uptown Charlotte and outside of the International Trade Center. She was born Charlotte Sophia back in May of 1744. She married King George III of England when she was just 17 years old back in 1761. The king was 23 at the time. 1 year later, in 1762, this county was annexed from a larger county called Anson County, and that's when they named it after her birthplace. The queen was born in a little small town in northeastern Germany called Mecklenburg, Stiglitz, Germany. Today it's known as Mecklenburg-Vorpommern. It's in the northeast corner of Germany near the Baltic Sea. 6 years later, in 1768, part of the county of Mecklenburg was incorporated into a city. That is when the General Assembly of North Carolina, along with Royal Governor William Tryon, today Tryon Streets is one of our main streets in Uptown, they wanted to flatter her husband, so they decided to name this new city in honor of King George's young German-born wife. Now, the Queen loved flowers and did a lot to start botanical gardens over in England. She also loved dogs. You can see two of the several hundred dogs she had at one point in time near her statue at the corner of 5th and College in uptown Charlotte. The Queen also loved children. She loved them so much that she had 15 of them. That's right. 9 of her children were boys, 6 of them were girls, 2 of them died as infants, and 1 as a young adult. She is the grandmother of Queen Victoria as well as the great-great-great-great-grandmother of King George VI. He was the one that was married to Queen Elizabeth, the one that just died in the early 2000s. Queen Mum is what we called her. And again, she is the reason why we're called the Queen City. Her crowns are represented on our street signs around town. And somewhere here in Uptown, we point out the largest crown of Queen Charlotte on our daily tours. A few years ago, in the mid-2000s, PBS did a special on her ancestry, and they have been able to trace her lineage back to a royal African family, Portugal, royal African family from Portugal. They were called the Margarite de Castro e Sousa, a black branch of a royal African family from Portugal. So she is indeed of African descent, but born in Germany, in Europe, and ended up being the Queen of England. Definitely an international queen was Queen Charlotte. Learn more about Queen Charlotte and over 75 other sites on our daily city tours by visiting queencitytours.com. This is Jay, founder and director of Queen City Tours, signing out for this segment. And like the folks in Atlanta would say, I enjoyed you.